There we go. Now that I'm not muted, gonna get this game going here. We have a fun one, a rematch. Very excited to see these two very evenly matched teams play. We have Rail Raiders at the Kings, Mississippi at Memphis. So, get this going. Rail Raiders, TLK, man, you gotta get them new unis. Guess we'll just go with this. And then Memphis, these unis going. We got the baby blues. I think we're just gonna go all baby blues. That's fine with me. And yeah, let's check this out. Let's see. We're gonna go to Cincinnati. I like that. It's gonna be a day game, of course. A little bit of wind, and we'll little overcast. A little overcast day in Cincinnati. Experts. Wow, that's very evenly matched. I gotta see if I can't. I gotta figure out how to. Man, I gotta figure out how to do a poll. I don't know how, to be honest. And I'm not a mod on my TLK. Can you do it? Can you set one up? Can you set up a who will win? I feel like this is a pretty good matchup here. You gotta make me a mod sometime, TLK, and then I can do it because I'm usually logged into my account on Twitch. So got the stream pulled up here. I still don't like the colors. The colors still bother me. The blacks don't really come through very well. And I think we're gonna get this one rolling here. We got a handful of viewers, so I think let's get it started. Wait, you guys can hear me, right? I think you can. Alright, we're good. Here we go. Kickoff time in Memphis. So it'll be the Rail Raiders to start out in this game. First snap of Dev League Week 5, and it's Max Air bombing it deep, and that is dropped. That could have been a big-time Dokabasi bomb. Instead, it falls to the ground. So, 2nd and 10. Air pitches it out, and Hardwood, weaving through the defense, picks up about 4. That'll bring up 3rd down. Hardwood with the handoff, and he is stuffed after a minimal gain of a couple. And that is going to force a Rail Raiders punt, a quick 3 and out for them in this one. And it'll be Daddy Longlegs on the return, and he cannot get much on that, so he's going to be stopped at the 26. And that's where Harold Flower and company are going to take over. Flower hands it off. And T-Boat gets a few on that one. Flower dropping back. Finds the Botterman on the out route, and that is a 1st down for the Kings. Second and 2 coming up now for the Kings. And that's going to be incomplete, so it's going to bring up a critical third down here for the Memphis Kings. And Tebow breaks a big carry. Wow. Nice run by Tom Tebow. I think it's Tom Tebow. I don't remember. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Nice pickup on the ground, and Tebow's going to get it again, but he backtracks a little too much. Maybe got a little too greedy there, and that's going to be a minimal gain. Flower back to pass. He's got a man deep and wide open. It's Muriel Labillion who gets the touchdown. Way to go. I believe that's, my Providence Crabs GM in the flesh getting that touchdown. And I messed up a depth chart, so I gotta fix that here quick. But it's for the binaries, not for this game, so we're okay. So sorry if I'm not paying attention here too much, but it will be okay. I can fix this. Error, back to pass, and gets Ty on the out route. 2nd and 5 coming up as they try to respond to that Kings touchdown. And Error is sacked. The pressure was on. Yeah, that's a good thing to note. The Kings have been pretty cold on offense, and that big-time Muriel Labillion touchdown broke the drought. And it'll be long legs with the punt after the Rail Raiders can't get it going. And a short pickup of only a yard on that one's going to make it 2nd and 9 here for the Kings. Flower hands it off to Tebow, and Tebow's got a first down, makes a man miss, get a few more. Fresh set of downs for these Kings, who are looking very good on offense as we approach the end of the first quarter. 6-0 here in Memphis. Home field advantage shining through, but anybody's ball game far from over. And there's a flag on the play. That is a false start on the Kings, so that's going to set them back a little bit. They had some momentum. Now they're back inside their own 40. Flower with a lot of time. He's got a man deep, really deep, and Labillion, huge catch. He had to come back to the ball just a little bit, but man, if you hit that in stride, that's a huge touchdown again for Labillion. But nonetheless, a great gain by the Kings. And Tebow trying to keep the momentum going, gets about 4 on that carry. So a first down and goal to go for the Kings after that conversion. And Harold Flower gives it to Tebow. Tebow cannot cross the goal line, but a solid pickup of 5 nonetheless. 2nd and goal at the 1. And that's a Tebow touchdown, baby. Nice job, Tom Tebow with the touchdown. 2 touchdowns for Memphis in this game already, and the point after is good, 13-0, and they are shutting down this Mississippi Rail Raiders offense, and the Rail Raiders defense has no answer for them. So now Dokabasi, he's got the speed, so he's a big playmaker on this team. Do not sleep on him whatsoever. He can definitely bust games wide open. So now Error finds Dokabasi, as I just mentioned him, and that's a solid 9-yard pickup as we approach the 2-minute warning in this one. Rail Raiders trying to score here before the end of the half, and I think they can. You know, they've got the firepower, they've got the talent to definitely do so. Error back to pass, and he's got a wide open Dokabasi, and Dokabasi's down the sideline. 5, touchdown. Man, Dokabasi's just absolutely tearing up the Dev League. He is on fire. There's no R-E in there. It's F-I-Y-A, fire. Man, Dokabasi with the touchdown. The missed point after still going to keep it a 7-point game, but Rail Raiders respond right away to that Kings touchdown, and now back and forth we go. Kings to return, and Labillion, he's a speedy wide receiver himself, so maybe a little PBE battle here as we have Dr. K and Sori going at it. Harold Flower back to pass. And gets it to Starr, Ringo Starr, with I think his first catch of the Dev League. I don't remember him getting much action in last week, which was his debut. So great job by Ringo Starr. Flower with a ton of time and cannot hit his man. I think that was Starr again. So well, let me get back to the chat. Yes, indeed, TLK. Dr. K does Dr. K thing. I don't know why he's so good, but I think I gotta draft him. If I don't, I'm dumb. If any GM doesn't, they're dumb. He's just really good. And the Memphis Kings are forced to punt for the first time in this game, I believe. So Rail Raiders with a chance to tie this one up. They have a couple timeouts. They've got a minute and 13 left to do it. So Error's going to find Dokabasi, but that is incomplete. I thought he was going to come down with it, but he did not, alas. And 2nd and 10 here for Error and company. Back to pass, and Dokabasi again. I mean, how many times can you say his name without hearing that this guy is a baller? Error back to pass and quick throw. That is dropped, or well covered, but the pressure was coming. Error had no time. And 4th and inches, they're not going for it. So that the Kings will get the ball on the punt from the Rail Raiders. And they've got a couple timeouts and could also score themselves. And they got some playmakers too. They got Labillion, they got T-Boat. They now have Ringo Starr. I mean, they got some guys. And speaking of Starr, he makes a man miss with the spin move and gets out of bounds. Nice play by Ringo. Harold Flower, very efficient so far. 5 of 7 for 100 yards and a touchdown to boot. Looking very good, and he's got a man wide open, and that's dropped. Oh, man, that was such a nice route, too. So now, 2nd and 10. Flower back to pass. He's got a little bit of time. Pressure is coming, though. And he gets it to Labillion, and Labillion just snags it. Right on top of the defender. Nothing that corner could do about it. That poor DB. And so, fresh set of downs for the Kings. Flower throwing it. And I thought that was going to be a score, but it falls to the ground. 14 seconds left. I think they're going to be able to call 1 or maybe 2 more plays. For sure 1 more play. And then they'll probably be forced to kick. Flower gets it to his running back, T-Boat. T-Boat makes man miss with the spin move and gets tackled. They call a timeout to preserve the clock, and there's 6 seconds left, and they are going to line up for a field goal, so they're not going to try to push it. You know, if I was controlling the game, I would have tried to go for it, not only because the kicker is a Boderman and bad, but also because you could draw up a quick 5-second play and still risk it. 2 seconds left, Error back to pass, and that is dropped, I think, by Dokabasi. And will take us to halftime. So, 13-6 in this one. Kings kind of been the little bit better team, but the Rail Raiders are not going away without a fight. They do kick it off, though, and Kings trying to make amends on that missed opportunity they had at the end of the first half. So, it'll be, I mean, this Kings team very, very well-rounded on offense and got some defenders too. They've got Starr and T-Boat and Labillion, and the man in the middle of it all is Harold Flower. So how he utilizes his playmakers is going to determine the final outcome in this game. So 2nd and 6 here. We have Flower handing it off to T-Boat. T-Boat makes man miss, two-man miss, and that is a solid first down by the Kings. So now it is a fresh set of downs for them at the 48, but T-Boat is swallowed up in the backfield. The Rail Raiders run defense, getting through the blocks. 2nd and 14. Flower now back to pass. Got Labillion on the curl route. Labillion's just been an insane receiver in this one, rivaling Dokabasi. Great effort from him as T-Boat is swallowed up in the backfield. They could not convert on the 3rd down. I think the Rail Raiders really risked it all to stuff the run, and it paid off for them. So now it'll be Kings to punt, and it's some kind of a punt. So Rail Raiders get the ball back. Kings only up by a touchdown. Let's see what happens. Hardwood, haven't heard him much, and he is kick flip tackled. But Butch Hardwood, not Brendan. I'm thinking of the basketball player. Butch Hardwood with the first carry of the half for him. But Dokabasi getting the big bomb from error. What the heck, man? That's a touchdown. You got to cover that guy if you're the Kings. Dokabasi, I think, with almost all of those yards from error, and for sure all those touchdowns. And the PAT is no good, so it's a 1-point game. The Kings are still holding on to a lead, 13-12. But man, Dokabasi is just burning through every single defense he faces. Kings now handing it off to T-Boat. That's a good strategy as T-Boat gets them a solid 15-yard gain. They are just inside Rail Raiders territory and looking to seal the deal. They haven't scored yet this half. I don't know if they've scored much since the early 2nd quarter, so got to get it going on offense. They definitely have the capabilities to do so. Flower back to pass on 2nd and 7. He's got Boderman on the out route, and that's a nice little pickup. It is 3rd and 2 now. Flower being very efficient, not turning the ball over. Have not seen a turnover yet in this game either. And T-Boat weaving through. Did he get the first? He did not, so it is 4th and inches. And so, yes, they are going for it. I love to see it. Kings with the fullback dive, and he gets it. Boderman, the fullback, showing some moves, and the face mask to add some insult to injury. That's a fresh set of downs for the Kings. And they take over at the 24 after the 10-yard face mask. Flower to T-Boat. T-Boat makes 2 men miss. He's got the corner, and he gets a block, and that's a touchdown. Memphis Kings score. T-Boat with this 2nd touchdown as we are winding down the 3rd quarter. It is 19-12, and the PAT is good, so that's oh, I shouldn't have said it too soon. It doinked in good, and that is going to be an 8-point lead for the Rail Raiders to overcome. Kings showing up on offense here. So Dokabasi to return, gets it to about the 34, and that's where the Rail Raiders take over. They got one play they can call before the end of the 3rd quarter, and then it's go time for them. Hand it off to Butch Hardwood, and Hardwood gets a couple, and that will do it. Let's see some 4s in chat, everyone. We've got a very close game here. Rail Raiders have a chance to tie it up, and they are on offense right here, right now as we start the 4th quarter. Let's see some 4s in chat. Error, and that is dropped by Dokabasi. Yours. Love it. Love it. I'm too upper Midwesterner to not sound like Scandinavian. And the offsides on the free play is going to get the Rail Raiders a fresh chance. It is 3rd and 4. See what they call the misdirection to Hardwood, and Hardwood is stopped short of the first down marker, so the Rail Raiders have a decision to make, or do they go for it? No, they do not. They are punting the ball. Boderman punts it, and Daddy Longlegs cannot get to it, so that's going to be a very oh, he's going to pick it up. He actually will pick it up. So very nice punt by the Rail Raiders. Gets him to the 15-yard line. So now this Rail Raiders defense really needs to show up. We'll see how conservative the Kings are, if they're going to just run it more with the lead. No, they're going to pass it. So Flower, with some time, he throws it. Nice completion, but the hold is going to negate it. So that is going to be a costly penalty by the Kings as they're trying to ice this game. And now we're kind of in a danger zone here where we could see a safety. Fullback dive does not get them much breathing room. So 2nd and long coming up here. Flower fakes it. Got a lot of time, and he's got a man deep. It's dropped. Miri Lobillion had everyone in his rearview mirror, and he could not hang on to the ball. Big break for the Rail Raiders defense as it's 3rd and 19 now. Now Flower back to pass. Short throw to Ringo Starr. Only going to get him a couple, and so that is going to force a Kings punt. I think the Rail Raiders are going to be set up in very good field position after this punt, but we'll see what happens. The punt is fielded at the 45, and they get it to about the 40, so a very short field to work with for the Rail Raiders. Definitely coming out ahead in the field position battle these last couple drives. And so Error with a chance to tie it up, and that is a dangerous throw, not very characteristic of Error. Well, it's characteristic of his last name, but not of his player. So now it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Rail Raiders, and Error finds Dokabasi on the cross route. Very nice pickup. You got to just keep stringing those together if you're the Rail Raiders. Don't have to force anything crazy because you still got plenty of time. Error back to pass and finds Dokabasi again over the middle and gets it inside the 5-yard line down to the 4. Man, he has just been an absolute monster this season. Hands off to Hardwood, and Hardwood's got the end zone in his sights, and he scores. Butch Hardwood with the touchdown, and they are going for 2 to try to knock this one up. Hardwood again, and he is stopped short. The Kings defense stands and does not allow the 2-point conversion. So, 2-point game here. We are going to hit the 2-minute warning after this kickoff, and the Kings are going to have to try to ice the game. Rail Raiders with all 3 timeouts, as the Kings also have all 3 timeouts. And this is what football's all about, boys and girls. This is what football is all about. Flower back to pass. Got a lot of time, throws it, and it's intercepted! Flower with his first mistake of the game. Interception by the defense of the Rail Raiders. And now Error trying to make him pay. Drops back to pass. He's got Dokabasi, and then it's intercepted. Laeri David with the INT back-to-back. Will we see 3 in a row? Can we see 3 in a row? Flower passing it. Pressure coming. Gets rid of it. Just in time to avoid a big loss. The clock does stop, though, which is very favorable to the Rail Raiders. Flower back to pass again. And that is dropped by the Boderman, I believe. So clock is not moving. It is 3rd and 10. I wonder if they're just going to run it to force the Rail Raiders to use at least 1 timeout. No, it's a play action. And double covered. Dangerous throw again from Flower. So these last few drives, Flower has looked completely different than he had the rest of the game. So that is going to force a Kings punt, and they are going to pooch it out of bounds at about the 29. And so the Rail Raiders, with all 3 timeouts and 89 seconds here, can definitely get into field goal range and score, or maybe just do a Dokabasi bomb and just seal the deal. But that tie reception will get them about 5. Clock is rolling, though. They need to keep moving. Error finds Ty again, and Ty gets the first down. Yep, a fresh set of downs. So we are at the 1-minute mark. No timeouts called by either team yet, so Rail Raiders trying to milk it for all it's worth. Error with a bunch of time, and he's throwing it one-on-one, and that is dropped. Surprise, he did not find Dokabasi on that one, but watch out. Left side of your screen there at home. Flag on the play. His time with the reception, I think that's a hold. It is a hold, so that's going to set him back quite a bit. Clock is stopped at 39 seconds, but 2nd and 20. Error, back to pass. Another flag. And Ty grabs it, but I think that's another hold. So 2 holds in a row are going to really set this Rail Raiders offense back. And the Kings are more than okay with this. 30 seconds left. Error, back to pass. Error, finding Ty. Ty makes a man miss. He's going. He keeps going. I don't think anyone's going to catch him. There's 17 seconds left. He's tackled right at the 13. Or at 13 seconds at the 6-yard line. No, they're gonna line up for the field goal. So Bodemus Boderman with a chance for the field goal of his life, and it's up and it's good. The Rail Raiders take a 1-point lead with 10 seconds left. You maybe could have milked the clock down a little bit more, but we only have 2 plays left in this ball game, folks. Labillion fields it. And we're at the 35-yard line for the Kings. They don't have enough time really to go down the field and then kick a field goal. They gotta go now. Throwing it, and it's caught by Labillion, but clock expires, and that is ball game on a late field goal. The Rail Raiders score despite the 2 holding penalties in a row. Chris Ty with the major reception to set up the Rail Raiders for a field goal in the waning seconds of this game. It's a tale of 2 halves, really. So the Rail Raiders turn it on in the second half to come out ahead 21-20. And I think that's going to do it for us in this game. Well played by that man there, Dokabasi, and some clutch reception as well by Chris Ty. Very fun game. Stick around. We've got another good one in store. Rail Raiders. Oh, no, they just played. The Binaries and Narwhals coming up next. So, as I ping the players for each team. Nope, not him. Oh, man, I'm struggling right now. So, as we get ready for this one, that was quite the game. Wow. We have the Rail Raiders winning the last one. We are off to Iceland and going into Narwhal country. So let's get the Binaries set up as the away team. Chechia with a new quarterback in the mix. Here we go. Unis? I think we're going to go with the lime greens. Yeah. And here we are. Akuriri. I don't know how to say it. Don't judge. Lime green, so it's gonna clash pretty well against that. We'll do these guys. These guys are fun. All right. I think I did all blacks last time. So, yep, we do have new quarterback, Jamirical Robinson Jr. You might remember his father playing. So, Jamirical Robinson Jr. in this one. Experts have Narwhals as the favorite, and Narwhals do have the best record in the league, but the Binaries are fresh off their first ever win this season. So I think we're going to have a fun one here. Binaries have a top-notch defense, and Narwhals have a top-notch offense. So let's check out the clash. Oh, I didn't really set up the stadium. That's all right. And it will be the Binaries to receive. So here we go in this one. Dayton Holmes, another beast of a receiver. Man, we've got a lot of great receivers in this one. Or in the Dev League right now, we got Dayton Holmes, Muriel Labillion, and Dokabasi. I think all of them are now on the Silver Eagles, but I could be wrong. So Holmes with that one, and let me change camera angle. That's my bad. And second inches here. Jamirical Robinson Jr. back to pass. He gets it off, and it is a Botterman who's got a first down and more. And that's down to the 30-yard line. Jamirical Robinson Jr. making good on a couple passes early and often. Putting the pressure on this Narwhals team indeed. Fullback dive does not get much there. Tackle for a loss, but the line of scrimmage moves forward, so not sure about that one. But second and 9. Jamirical Robinson Jr. back to pass again. Gets it. Another completion for him. That's 3 for 3 early in this one. So they are inside the 15. Binaries handed off to Dorn, the former QB, and Dorn is really making good on that carry. Nice pickup by Dorn. Second and inches coming up. Robinson back to pass. He's under pressure. He has to get rid of it, and I can't tell if that was well covered or if it was dropped, but nonetheless, third and inches. See what they drum up. Watch out. 6-2. Narwhals playing the run. They hand it off and stuff Dorn in the backfield, so that is going to bring up a Theric kick here. Theric's kick is up, and no doubt about it. 24-yard field goal is good. And the Binaries take a 3-0 lead early here in the first. Vasquez to return. And he is swallowed up at about the 28, 29-yard line. And so that is going to bring out this Narwhals defense led by Fred Ucker, Zane Cluxon Frestazel, and many more that I'm not going to mention as I'll call that first down run play there by Zane Cluxon Frestazel, ZKF as we call him at home. And now Ucker getting to him again, but it is the Binaries getting him in the backfield. The pass or the rush defense was coming in hot and heavy, so second and long now for the Narwhals is Ucker back to pass. Gets it to, oh, no, he doesn't. That's overthrown. So an errant throw. It's going to bring up third and 14. Long conversion coming up. Is Ucker. Drops back. Slinging it. And cannot hook up with Vasquez. So fourth down. Binaries defense making a stand. Narwhals punt it, and it's Frylock to return it. Gets out to about the 34-yard line, and that's where Jamirical Robinson Jr. and company are going to take over. Robinson passes it to Botterman, and that is a first down. Robinson very in control in this one, but finally the pressure of the Narwhals gets to him. And that is a ball that could have went into the hands of the Narwhals, but falls harmlessly to the ground. Second and 10 here for the Binaries as Robinson Jr. back to pass. Got a man deep. I think that's Holmes, and it is. Holmes comes back to the ball and gets a huge catch. So now the Binaries are driving yet again as we approach the end of the first. It's Dorn on the handoff, gets a couple, and that is going to take us to the end of the first quarter. Low-scoring affair so far, but the Binaries are driving 3-0 as we start the second quarter. Robinson Jr. back to pass. Got a man. It's overthrown. Looked like Holmes in the back of the end zone, but it is overthrown. 5 for 8, 95 yards. Nice game from Robinson. Trying to tack on a touchdown here as they are in the red zone. And he's got Boderman on the out route. That's very close to a first down, but no cigar. So, another field goal attempt for the Binaries. Kick is up and slices in the right upright. Therick 2 for 2 on the night, making it 6-0 over the Narwhals. Narwhals on offense and gets Stazzle involved. Zane Cluxon with another first down carry. He's the ticket to this Narwhals offense. Tucker hands it off to Stazzle again. Only gets a few on that one, though. We are at 2nd and 7. Narwhals trying to answer back after a couple binary scores. And Stazzle makes one man miss in the backfield, but cannot get past the original line of scrimmage, or can't get past the line of scrimmage. So now the Narwhals face a 3rd down, and Ucker throws it to Stazzle, who has to catch it way behind the line of scrimmage. And I don't know how he held on that one, but here we go. 4th down and 9. So after that Narwhals punt, who have not been able to do much on offense aside from a few first downs, it's going to be the Binaries taking over again. Warren with the handoff. And he gets a couple. We are halfway through the second, and the Binaries on offense with a couple field goal lead, or otherwise known as a 6-point lead, and Warren getting them close to the first down marker. Very manageable 3rd and 1. See how they go. Robinson Jr. slinging it quick. The pressure was coming from the Narwhals. And he had to get rid of it. Incomplete. Could have been even worse as an interception. Instead, the Binaries punt. So Therick to punt this one. And it'll be Frost to receive it at about the 20. Gets a nice pickup of about 11. And Narwhals with a chance to answer. They've got couple timeouts. They've got the 2-minute warning. Can definitely get a drive going as the end around is doing something. Gets a couple. All right, 2nd and 7 here for the Narwhals. Another end around. They like these. I don't think they're quite what they want them to be. And that face mask is declined? What? Huh? That one is questionable. So the Stazzle run was not enough to convert the first down. So it's going to be the Binaries taking back over after that Narwhals punt. We've said that quite a bit tonight, Narwhals punting. But Jamirical Robinson Jr. making something happen. Gets it to Dorn on the short pass. Few yard pickup. 2nd and 6. Robinson Jr. back to pass. He's got Holmes behind everyone, and Holmes drops it. That's a tough drop by Dayton Holmes, who was past the entire defense and their dogs. But it'll be 3rd and 6 now. Dorn gets swallowed up, does not have the wheels to get past the defender, and so the Narwhals call timeout. They're trying to score still before the end of the half, and Therick will be out to punt this one away. And it'll be Frost to receive it at about the 14. Gets a little more than 10, 11 yards on that return. So a minute 9 here for Fred Ucker, Zane Cluxon for Stazzle, and Vasquez to get something going. But it's a fumble. and the Narwhals fall on it. That could have been very costly. Clock is still running, but it is 2nd and long now after that strip sack. Speaking of sack, we have not seen much of Mr. Kevin Choate here. And then Luke Rogers on that catch. Which, is he called up? Look into that. He might have been called up. I can't remember. Anyway, Binaries make a stand on defense and will receive the punt. Frylock gets a couple. So Binaries without any timeouts in 35 seconds. Be interesting to see if they try to score. Robinson Jr. dropping back to pass, and he's got Holmes on the left side. Holmes has to come back to it. He just cannot hit his man in stride. Robinson Jr. underthrowing it there, causing the incompletion. 2nd and 10. Now Robinson Jr. gets the out route. Pickup of about 6. And a 3rd down coming up here for the Binaries. See how much they push it. They hand it off to Dorn, and Dorn is swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage, and that will take us to the end of the 2nd quarter. First half in the books in this one, 6-0, and we saw this in the last game. I'm not saying it's going to happen here, but we saw this in the last game. The team that was down in the end of the first half turned on the Jets and won it. See what happens in this one. Binaries with the lead, though, nonetheless. Narwhals to start out with the ball on offense as we get the 3rd quarter underway. Vasquez gets it to the 27. And Fred Ucker, Zane Cluxton for Stazzle, and Vasquez trying to figure out. I think it's Rafael Vasquez. I never say his first name. I don't know why. But I'm pretty sure it's Rafael. And that's what they need to do a lot of. Just get it to your playmaker for Stazzle. Zane Cluxton for Stazzle. ZKF. He is a playmaker. Passing, rushing. Receiving, I should say. Rushing. Get him involved. Get him going in the offense, and he will make plays happen. But he fumbles it there, and the Narwhals jump on another fumble. They fumbled it near the end of the 2nd quarter. And fumble it again there. So big breaks. Big breaks for them as Versazzle makes 2 men miss, and he's down the sideline. Finally tackled, and that is a huge pickup after they fall on that fumble. So now, 1st and 10, here we go. Stazzle gets a yard or 2, and that'll bring up 2nd and 9. Narwhals with one of their best drives of the game. Stazzle gets close to a first. They give it to him. That looked like it would have been close, but they do count it as a 1st down. So now, Ucker handing it off to Verstazzle. They think they fumble it. Wow. That is costly. I was going to say, I think they were listening to me and give it to Verstazzle, but Verstazzle loses his 2nd fumble of the game. And so now it'll be Robinson who connects on despite the double coverage. Wow. Risky throw, but it pays off. So now the Binaries trying to keep the drive going. Dorn picks up about 3 or 4, 2nd and 6. Dorn with 8 carries. Now Robinson to throw. And, it's a face mask by Leroyce Bullitt, and that's going to really push the Binaries up some more. So the penalty bails out the Binaries. It would have been 2nd and 10. Now, Binaries on 1st and 10. Get a couple on the handoff. So Dorn from QB to running back has been playing pretty okay. And Robinson Jr. playing pretty okay at QB. Finds Dayton Holmes. There's a playmaker we haven't called out in a little bit. So gets very close to the 1st down marker. Critical 3rd down for the Narwhals. And for the Binaries, for that matter. And the Narwhals swallow him up. David Tilley getting to him. But the Binaries, they might go for it. But we are at the end of the 3rd quarter, start of the 4th. Let's do it. 4's in chat, but yeah, I don't know. 77 should be pretty okay, but the fumbles have been pretty tuned up in Axis for whatever reason in 21 compared to days of old. So the binaries looked like they're going to go for it on 4th, but elect not to. So now it'll be the Narwhals with a chance to take the lead. They're only down by a touchdown. DAT to give them the lead. So for Stazzle, they're going to him again despite the fumbles. And he gets close to the first down marker, 3rd and 1 coming up here. Binary is in the heavy 6-2 formation. Ucker hands it off, and Stazzle's got the first down. Nice blocking, good pickup, good run. Ucker in the shotgun. Pitches it over to Stazzle, and Stazzle weaving in and around, and he gets the first down. He gets tackled forward beyond the marker. And the Narwhals not panicking, just working their game plan, handing it off to Zane Cluxon for Stazzle, and I think the binaries are starting to pick up on it. So now Ucker handing it off yet again for Stazzle, getting a solid 7-yard pickup, 6-yard pickup, I guess. I thought it was 7, but whatever. Whatever. Nope, I don't officiate. So now Ucker back to pass. The blocks are picked up, and Boderman gets it. What a nice pass play by Fred Ucker. And he's not throwing the ball very much, but has not turned it over either. He had fumbled it once, but they've recovered it. So a dangerous throw there as I'm complimenting Ucker. And 2nd and 10 coming up. Ucker back to pass again. Ooh, almost got sacked. There was a defender just flying at him. But the ball goes out of bounds through the sidelines, and 3rd and 10 coming up. Critical couple of downs coming up here for the Narwhals. And Stazzle grabs it as Ucker is hit. They get inside the 30. Are they going to go for the field goal? No, they are going for it on 4th down. Critical 4th down. Watch this play. Ucker has Stazzle. Stazzle catches it. He's down the sideline, and he gets out of bounds. Stops the clock, but the Narwhals do have all 3 timeouts. Absolute clutch play by Ucker to Stazzle. 1st and goal to go. Stazzle carrying it again, cuts it in, and the face mask is going to put them even closer. 3 yards to go to the goal line. Narwhals now. Stazzle cannot make enough men miss there. He is swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and goal. Here we go. Critical 3rd down coming up. Ucker back to pass. And gets it for Stazzle. And Stazzle swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. So this is it. This could be ball game. We are 4th and goal at the 4-yard line. Critical play call coming up here. Ucker back to pass. He's got Stazzle. And he drops it in the end zone. That's a turnover on downs. And so Narwhals with all 3 timeouts still can get the ball back as Dorn is swallowed up in the backfield. And the Narwhals will do just that. Call a timeout. Yeah, those are rookie numbers, Rabbit. But oh, I thought that was a safety. So we're in a really extreme safety watch here. This could be really interesting. But Dorn is going to get him out of safety range. Nice job to get him some breathing room for this next punt. Narwhals call their final timeout. We are 31 seconds left. Therick's a good punter, and he's going to boot it deep. The Narwhals need to make something right here, right now. Frost gets it to midfield. And this is it, boys and girls. This is it. That safety would have been something else, though. But here we are. Ucker back to pass. Pressure coming in. He is sacked. Kevin Choate, we haven't called him out all day. Number 69, Kevin Choate with the clutch sack for the binaries. Clock is rolling. Narwhals need to do something. They spike it. They only have 1, maybe 2 plays if they get out of bounds, deep. But it's pretty much deep bomb or bust right now. Ucker back to pass. Gets Stazzle. Makes 1 man miss. The clock is at 0, and he gets out of bounds, so that is ball game. The Binaries win 2 games in a row. No points scored in the second half. The 2 field goals from Therick are good enough, and so that is going to do it in this one. Binaries win in a nail-biter. A couple of really, really close games that were down to the last minute or so or less, even in the fourth quarter. Binaries win this one, go to 2-3 in the season, and knock off the top Narwhals. Narwhals, I think, go down to 3-2 if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, the Rail Raiders are also at 3-2. So we've got just absolute chaos here in the Dev League now. No more are the days of 1 or 2 teams running away with it all. Everyone is 2-3 or 3-2 now. So very, very exciting indeed. I love the Dev League so much because anything can happen. Very wild games today. I hope to see some more wild games Thursday. Just to preview Thursday's matchup, we have the Rail Raiders and Binary. So the 2 winning teams from today going at it again here in a couple days. Tune in for that one. That's going to be the first one up on the docket. And then the 2 losers, Narwhals and Kings. Narwhals still trying to show that they're the best team in the league, and the Kings trying to make amends for, losing 3 games in a row, I believe. So, yeah, the Kings trying to get off the schneid against the Narwhals. Thank you so much, everyone, for tuning in. I'm going to call it here. Can't wait to see you Thursday for Dev League action, and then tune in tomorrow at around 7 Eastern for Majors action. So long, and have a great night.